Hey, what's going on, guys? So there's been a lot of talk around the next PS5 update, and the interesting part is that Sony is not pushing some giant overhaul here. The stuff that has actually been confirmed is way more practical. Sony already rolled out a system update that lets DualSense and DualSense Edge controllers stay paired with up to 4 devices, which means switching between your PS5, PC, Mac, or mobile is supposed to feel way less annoying. On top of that, there's Power Saver for supported games, which lowers power use by scaling back performance a bit, so it is really more about efficiency than any dramatic visual trick. And for PS5 Pro users, that is where the biggest visual change has been happening. Sony says the upgraded PSSR improves upscaling quality and stability, with sharper detail, less flicker, and a cleaner image in supported games. They also said the new version is being rolled into more titles over time, and that players can turn on the image quality enhancement setting for supported PS5 Pro games. So when people talk about the next update, a big part of that conversation is really about this improved image processing and how much better some games can look once developers support it. What I would expect based on the reporting and Sony's own posts is more of this steady quality of life type stuff rather than a massive UI reset. The recent surprise PS5 update was mostly about message reactions and usability tweaks, which tells you the firmware cadence right now is pretty focused on improvements, feature support, and back-end polish. That does not mean there is nothing interesting coming. It just means Sony seems to be saving the bigger moves for specific features, like controller switching, lower power game modes, and PS5 Pro image upgrades, instead of trying to make every patch feel huge. So, if you're waiting for the next PS5 update, the real story is not a giant surprise menu redesign or anything like that. It is more about how Sony keeps making the system feel smoother to use, especially if you bounce between devices a lot or you own a PS5 Pro and care about image quality. That is the direction everything points to right now, and it makes sense, because these are the kinds of changes you notice over time every time you pick up the controller and move from one device to another.